Hey people, how's it going? This is Flawless and Flawless Rage 2. I never thought I'd be making this video. Okay, so it's been announced that Joni Laura, aka Chyna from WWE, has died. I have always been a Chyna fan ever since she first debuted on WWE in like '97. You know, I've always been a Chyna fan, and she's been a big part of wrestling as a whole. She's more like a pioneer. I mean, she was the first ever woman to enter the Royal Rumble match. She was once Intercontinental Champion with Chris Jericho. And if you've seen the Royal Rumble from the year 2000, then you'll obviously know that there was a triple threat match for the Intercontinental title. It was Chyna and Chris Jericho versus Hardcore Holly. You know, all the stuff that she's done. I mean, the Good Housekeeping match against Double J, Jeff Jarrett, you know, things like that. And like I said, I never ever thought I'd be making this video. It's a tragedy, it really is. But, you know, I mean, she started off as like a bodyguard for Triple H back in the day. And then, you know, it formed as D-Generation X with Triple H and Shawn Michaels. And then she went on to do other things. I mean, you know, she was a singles competitor. She went against men and women. Let's not forget the whole incident with Ivory during the Right to Censor days. And things like that. And it's really, really with a heavy heart I make this. I never ever thought I'd be making this video. I've been a Chyna fan since way back when. And to find out that she died, then it's like, at first I thought, nah, this has got to be one of those internet things. You know, one of the internet things that's sort of like a certain celebrity has died. Only joking, you've been trolled. But unfortunately it's true. You know, she went on to, as I said, be a singles competitor. Then, due to certain people in WWE, she then basically quit the business. She was also, let's not forget, in WWE as like a storyline in love interest for Eddie Guerrero. And that's funny, actually, speaking about that. I saw a picture on Facebook this morning. It was someone who was paying tribute to Chyna. And it's a picture of Chyna and Eddie. And on it says, "Come on, Mamacita, it's time to go to heaven now." And that actually really got me. My biggest passion in life is professional wrestling. I love it. I love it ever since I was like 7 years old. I've loved it. And, you know, for this to happen, it's so sad. It's so sad. WWE not wanting really anything to do with her. You know, and it's terrible. It is actually terrible. You know, WWE don't want nothing to do with her and everything. They have, well, on their website, www.com, they have acknowledged it, that it's happened, but I doubt anything will happen like on Raw, like where they put a picture up at the beginning of the show. I highly, highly doubt that will happen. And, yeah, she may have made a few mistakes in life. Everybody does. You know, it doesn't matter what she did, you know. It doesn't matter what she's done in her life. People make mistakes. That's the human way. So, you know, and yes, okay, she did the whole adult movie thing, and then she did return to wrestling for a show with TNA, Sacrifice, I believe it was, with Kurt Angle, facing off against Jeff Jarrett. And it's just one of those things. And I may sound like I'm rambling. That's because I'm trying to find the words to say here. This is shocking. But nevertheless, she went to Tokyo, didn't she? You know, she's teaching over there. Lived over there for 4 years, then returned back to the US. Was in the middle of making like a documentary called The Reconstruction of Chyna. And like I said, this is such a sad thing to have happened. So I'm going to close the video off here in a second, but I'm not saying keep smiling today, because there's nothing to smile about today. It's a tragedy. It really is. if I could say one thing to Chyna myself, it would be thank you very, very, very much for pioneering women's wrestling. Thank you for being you. And you may be gone, but you'll never, ever, ever be forgotten. So the last thing to say here is rest in peace, Joni Laura, also known as Chyna.